Dylan's couch, yeah.
Hi, I'm Dylan. Welcome back to Dylan's Couch. The story I have for you today is 100% true. I know a lot of people like to leave comments saying he's making all this stuff up. But the truth is, everything I talk about is at least a version of the truth. But this story, 100% grade A honesty. So first I gotta give you some background. I'm going to camp soon, and I had to be examined by my doctor before I could go. But my doctor is really busy, and the only time they could see me was during the middle of the day, just a few days before camp started. So my mom had to hang around all morning instead of going to work. Now the thing is, because my mom was home all morning, she was really stressed out because she pushed back all our meetings until the afternoon. My mom can get really stressed out about her meetings, especially if they're pushed back to the afternoon. So she kept pushing me about how we couldn't be late for the doctor's appointment, otherwise she'd be late for all her meetings. You'd think she was meeting with the Dalai Lama or Donald Trump or something. So it's finally time to go and she's freaking out, carrying out her laptop, her phone, her purse, and she's pushing me out ahead of her. So she pretty much runs out behind me, slams the door shut, and realizes she doesn't have her keys. She left them inside. Oh yeah, we have one of those locks that automatically locked once you close the door. So yeah, we were pretty much screwed. No way back into the house and no way to start the car. Now, some people might see the irony in this. How she tried so hard to get out on time, she did the one thing that would guarantee we wouldn't get out in time. But she didn't see the irony in it. In fact, she got pretty upset. She had a total nervous breakdown if you want to know the truth. She's like, "Call your father!" And she's flipping over every flower pot looking for a spare key. Yeah, we don't have a spare key under a flower pot. But that didn't stop her. So my dad couldn't come let us back into the house because, you guessed it, he was going into a meeting. But he told me to get out the extension ladder. The extension ladder. You know, the ones that telescope like on the back of fire trucks, like, and climb into this little window that we keep open that's really high on my parents' bedroom wall. I mean high! It's up on the second floor, and it is seriously right under the roof. It's like a little vent window. And that's right above my mom's dresser. So my dad figured I could have something to climb down onto. Or at least prepare my fall. So my mom's dressed up in her suit and high heels, and we're dragging this huge, ridiculously heavy, horribly dirty ladder out of the garage. The whole time my mom's hollering at me to hurry so she can get to our meetings and not get fired. So stressful. I'm out of this ladder, I'm gonna get fired. Okay, Mom, I'm gonna try. Okay, we go. Hey, I'm gonna get fired. I'm sorry, Mom. I mean, for real. She's trying to make me practically run with this huge 100-ton ladder. She had the one end and I had the other. And when we got to the window, it was so heavy, it was almost impossible to lift. When we finally got up into the air, it kept flying around. And my mom kept screaming because she thought I was going to go crashing through a window. We finally got it up against the house without breaking any windows. And now I had to start climbing. She was all like, "Don't be scared. Trust me. I'm holding the ladder. You'll be fine." And I look over at her, and she looks ridiculous. She's so filthy. There are dried leaves and cobwebs all over her. I really wanted to laugh, but I think I knew better. She was not in the mood for laughter. No siree. So I start climbing. Believe it or not, this turned out to be the easy part. I got up to the window, pulled myself up, and kind of tumbled into the room. I hit my hip on the edge of my mom's dresser and rolled onto the floor. Yeah, that was pretty painful. Definitely not my most graceful moment. Plus the dog started going crazy downstairs and the alarm was beeping. But I was in. I ran downstairs to deactivate the alarm before it could automatically dial the police. Then I found my mom's keys on the kitchen table, reset the alarm, and walked to the door. That's when I noticed it. See, I took the dog out right before we started heading for the doctor's, but I didn't want to get locked out accidentally, so I kinda unlocked the door. So the whole time, the door had been unlocked, and we could have just walked right in to get the keys. I stuck my head out the door to gauge my mom's attitude. She looked a lot more calm now that she had the keys, and it looked like we weren't even going to be late. She looked really funny with her dirty face and her messy hair full of dead leaves, and she was even bleeding on one arm from the ladder. So I decided to take a chance. You won't believe this, but that door was unlocked the whole time. For a minute, she just stared at me. Then I guess she realized how absurd the whole thing was. How we had never tried the door. How we had taken that giant ladder out. How her high heels were all covered in mud. And how we still had to put that ladder away before we could go anywhere. Then she started laughing. She was cracking up. Then she walked over to me and tried to wipe the dirt off my face. Then I started laughing. I told her she should worry about her own dirty face, and that she looked more like a scarecrow in some farmer's field than a businesswoman going to some important meetings. That killed her. We both just lost it. The whole time we were carrying that ladder back to the garage, we were laughing so hard we were crying. I could barely see where I was going. It was hilarious. Hilarious. Hilarious.
Dylan's couch, Dylan's couch, Dylan's couch, yeah.
Popsicle! So that's the show, okay? It's too long. Can you guess what that was?